$110 million. That's how much this Liberal employment minister's private company landed from this Liberal government. Wow. The Liberal minister used his role to get meetings for his business partner with the finance minister and with the Prime Minister's office, using his position to enrich his business partner and himself. After 9 years of this NDP Liberal government, it's clear they're not worth the cost and certainly not the corruption. So how much taxpayer cash did this Liberal minister pocket on the backs of hardworking Canadians?
Corruption. The Honourable Government House Leader.
Mr. Speaker, Canada, of course, has the most stringent ethics rules for elected parliamentarians in almost all of the world. The minister has addressed this question, and it's pretty clear the Conservatives will do anything they can to distract from their vow to rip up the Charter of Rights and Freedoms.
That's right. The Honourable Member for Leeds, Grenville, Thousand Islands and Rideau Lakes.
Of course, Speaker, these Liberals are trying to distract and divide. A common-sense Conservative government would, of course, only use the notwithstanding clause on matters of criminal justice. It's unconscionable that this government would allow a mass murderer like the Quebec mosque shooter to ever be released from prison. He murdered 6 innocent worshippers, and the only way he should have left maximum security was in a box.
That's right.
Our question was about the corruption of their government, the employment minister pocketing cash on the backs of taxpayers. Will they do the right thing and call in the RCMP?
That's right. The Honourable Government House Leader.
Well, it's very nice, Mr. Speaker, to have some clarity on that. I remind that member that at one time in this country, reproductive rights were a criminal matter. So could he lay out in very specific detail for this House, now that he's talking about the notwithstanding clause, very specifically, would he make reproductive rights for women in this country into a criminal matter? Once again, yes or no?
Yeah. The Honourable Member for St. Albert, Edmonton.
Speaker, a lobbying firm owned by the business partner of the lone Alberta minister secured $110 million in federal contracts. As money went out the door, the minister was receiving payments from the very same lobbying firm. This is scandalous. Canadians deserve to know, what was the minister's cut? How much was he paid?
The Honourable Government House Leader.
Canada has incredibly stringent ethics rules, Mr. Speaker, and the minister has addressed those questions. But this member has, I don't know if he's communicated with his honourable friend that just got up, but maybe he could answer for us specifically now. Which criminal matters will apply to the ripping up of Canada's fundamental rights and freedoms? I would ask him to be very specific, point us to chapter and verse. Which rights of Canadians is he vowing to rip up today?
Hear, hear. The Honourable Member for St. Albert, Edmonton.
Mr. Speaker, the minister is clearly in full cover-up mode because it gets worse. The minister's business partner was lobbying the minister's own department as checks were being cut from the lobbying firm to the minister. If that doesn't smell of self-dealing and corruption, I don't know what does. So again, how much did the minister pocket from this lobbying firm since he was appointed to cabinet?
The Honourable Government House Leader.
Well, of course, Mr. Speaker, the minister has addressed that question, but I want to return to this theme. The Conservatives...
We have a number of questions to go, so I want to make sure that we have order in the House. The Honourable Government House Leader.
Mr. Speaker, it's pretty clear those folks over here have not really spoken and gotten their story straight. We have this member proposing to put reproductive rights back into a category of criminal behavior. We have other members who will not answer which specific rights they will take away. This member has refused to stand up and answer the question of which, is it the freedom of expression? What specific rights would your leader take away as a result of his vow to tear up the Charter of Rights and Freedoms?
Yeah. Make sure that questions and answers through the chair.